Jimbos Garage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube. Welcome back to Jimbos Garage. I'm Jimbo. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than usual. We're going to be doing a wood project. And what we got here is a scarf rack. That's what I'm going to call it. About a couple years ago, my youngest daughter Jenna came up to me and asked me if I would make her a rack that she could hang her scarves on. So I said sure. Came out here, no design, no plan. This is what I came up with, and it's been on her wall for a couple years and works perfectly fine. So basically what it is just some 3/4 poplar with some 1-inch wood dowels and a backing here that you can screw to the wall anywhere you want, closet, wherever you want to hang it, and there you go. So that's what we're going to be building today. It's primarily focused for the women, for the ladies, and that's what we're going to do. Before we get started, I want to tell you a couple things. First of all, I want to show you a little bit about our tools, what I'm going to be using, and I'm by no means a craftsman or wood master that has all the state-of-the-art tools. I've got stuff that works good for me. It's served me well over the years to building the furniture that I build, and that's what we're going to be using today. And also, there's no better way to do a wood project than without my Ganal lumber hat, and that's what I got on tonight. We're doing a wood project. Let's wear a wood hat. All right, with that said, let's get started. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing. This particular rack right here is about 24 inches long. The rack that I'm going to be making this time is going to be 19 inches roughly. You ask, why are you making this one 19 and this one 24? I don't know. This one's 24, it looks kind of big. I want to try to make one a little bit shorter. So that's the what we're going to use here. The 1-inch dowels, we're going to be cutting these roughly about 19 inches, and I've made a template right here for the sides, and that's how we're going to get started. I'm going to take the project over to my work table over there, and we're going to scribe this out and get started by cutting this up. Okay, so I've taken my template over to that piece of poplar, and we've sketched it out. And now we're going to cut it out with a DeWalt jigsaw. You know, you got to take your time going around these edges here. It's you got to be perfectly smooth, and that thing worked really well. Really nice and smooth, and everything turned out perfectly even. Took it over to the router table, and we're just going to take the a 1/4 rounding over bit and just soften up the edges so you don't have any sharp edges. No fancy detail to it, just getting everything looking nice and round and smooth. After all, it's going to be hanging on the wall, and after the scarf's on, you're not going to see it. Here we're laying out the holes for the 1-inch dowels. All right, so here we're using a 1-inch Forstner bit. It's about a 1/2 inch deep. The material is 3/4 of an inch thick. I'm going to run that Forstner bit right flush down, that full 1/2 inch thickness, and that's going to leave us a 1/4 inch. I'm going to cut the dowels right here at 19 inches even. And we're going to get those over, and we're going to start assembling. So we got it put in, everything fit up pretty good here. Now we're getting ready to do the back, and forget the exact length I've cut the back at, 18 1/4 or something like that, and by 8 inches. So we're going to cut that length off here with the Hilti saw, and then we're going to take it over to the table saw. And we're going to cut it in even 8 inches. And that thing works real smooth. Run it through there, and nice even cuts. You know, I was going to, we're sanding the edges off after I used the 1/4 rounding over bit. And I was going to take it over to my Ryobi belt sander, disc sander. But you know what? Everything was so smooth, I didn't need to do that. So I just took that little sanding block and smoothed it off. Here I'm just rounding over the back on both sides. So we're getting ready to assemble that back in there. Little sanding block, take care of it there. And I'm going to assemble it with with my nail gun, 1.5 brads. We're going to just pop it together there. I've used a little bit of glue inside the dowels, where the dowels are on the inside to help hold it together. And there it is. Almost there it is, complete. It's all done. That whole process from start to finish took me about 20-25 minutes. Turned out all what I thought it was going to be. Looked real nice. and we'll get it over to the paint shop and get this thing painted and complete the project. Okay, YouTube, well, here it is. We're complete. Got the scarf rack complete, painted black for my oldest daughter, Ashley. This one here, as you saw in the earlier introduction video, is green and white. This particular one is going to a customer that this is the colors that they had, and this is the colors they chose, so that's why it's this color. Obviously, you can paint these things any color you want. All right, well, with that said, hope you enjoyed this video. You know, we do a lot of wood projects, metal projects, all different types of projects, and if that's the kind of thing that you're into, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.